Chapter 9. Abject smiled as her dog playfully grinned up at the earth pony, expecting a long walk. Oh, damn, Winona, we still gotta get ya on get your leash on yet. She chuckled at the excited canine. She got the red leash from the cupboard, attaching the leather to Winona's collar, all the while the dog getting in Applejack's way. Once finished, the farm pony stood on her legs, awaiting a chance to open the door. Winona jumping at the window ecstatic. Applejack frowned. Now that's not what to behave, Maisie. Sit. The mare sternly glared down at the dog, Winona, sitting on the floor expectantly. Applejack opened the door, turning around to wave goodbye to her granny. Before she could utter a simple goodbye, Winona had bolted down the street, barking loudly. Ah, see ya, granny, the orange mare cried out the door as she was tugged along and out the door with the canine. Winona, slow down, girl. Applejack tried putting on the skids as Winona dragged her along the dirt roads. Applejack was hauled past the Sweet Apple Acres sign. The front pony struggled, gripping the leash tightly in between her front hooves. Applejack with her back hooves digging tightly into the ground, grabbing her precious head in her mouth as the material threatened to fly up into the air. Winona! Winona! Applejack tried crying out behind her hat. Slow down this instant! The front pony yelled behind her headwear, the seemingly desperate canine now starting to pull her into town. Winona struggled to halt the heavy orange mare. Applejack's hooves going wild with her extreme grip. How could she pull my weight? Panicked thoughts raced to the front pony's mind. Where is she taking me? The other pony dodged a rock, now trying instead to stop the dog, keep up with her. Applejack's questions were answered as the dog suddenly jerked to the left, nearly swinging the funny green-eyed earth pony into a large tree. Winona suddenly screeched to a halt, sending Applejack flying forwards in the soft grass. Oh, Celestia, she said, proficient swimming. Oh, Applejack, thank goodness you're here. As Applejack's face, she heard the voice of a familiar unicorn. She stood up, placing her head neatly on her head. What is it, Rarity? The front pony turned to her dear friend. Opal Wopal is in a tree, and I can't get her down. The orange man turned towards the large tree she had nearly smacked into, the one that Rarity was currently pointing upward towards. Underneath the small, clutch, happy-looking Winona was swinging her own proudly. Good girl. She patted her loyal companion while looking at Opalescent sitting stubborn in the tree. Rarity, why didn't you just use your magic? Applejack turned her head so she could stare at the white mare out of the corner of one of her lime green eyes. I was afraid of hurting her. Or even was hurting her. The mare's purple mane bounced slightly as she worriedly spoke. Well, alrighty then. The front pony removed her hoof away from her canine's soft fur, setting her head carefully onto the grass. Applejack moved towards the towering tree above her, setting her hooves in some grooves, and starting to climb the tree's reasonably wide trunk. She stretched her hoof out and latched onto the first branch, it wobbling slightly under her weight. With a deep breath, she swung up onto the branch, it shaking it even more. Finding a small grove in the bark, she sat one of her back hooves into it, looking for somewhere to put her other three hooves. She found another grove for her other hind leg. Seeing the next branch, she started to reach for it. Suddenly, she lost her balance, and she started to fall. Her instincts took over her, and she launched herself the branch, just in her reach. She made with one hoof, the other flailing helpless in the air. Applejack swung her other foreleg and grabbed the branch, her back legs kicking as the mare slowly pushed herself on the second branch. Oh, please be careful, darling, Randy called wordly from below. Applejack sighed, leaping expertly onto the last branch, the one with Opal. Catching her breath, the front pony turned to stare at the cat, the white feline giving her an angry glare. Applejack said, the branch creaked under pressure. Alright, youngin', let's get you down. Applejack reached for Opal, but quickly retrained her hoof as the cat swept at it with her sharp claws. After her cleared her hoof, 3 bleeding marks around her ankle area. Shaking the sting off, she tried again, this time slowly moving towards the cat. Opal growled before turning around to clean herself. We have a stubborn one here, George chuckled. Lucky I am one. Two can play at this game. Applejack grinned, murmuring under breath. Fine, I didn't want to get you down anyway. She swiftly turned around before sitting back down and crossing her front hooves. The branch was again groaning from the sudden movement. Opal snorted, holding her head high. After a while, the cat realized the pony was still there. Growling, the feline stood and leaped out elegantly at the branch. Yes! Applejack cried, throwing her hooves in the air. The branch groaned, a slight snapping sound filling the air. I have a bad thing about this. The mare trotted off as the branch let out some more snapping sounds. With one more groan and a last snap, the branch fell from the tree, carrying the farm pony with it. Ah! She shouted as the branch fell. Abject opened one eye, realizing the branch still hadn't hit the ground. Rarity was smiling thankfully, the branch gripped in her magic aura. Thanks, Sugar Cube. The sudden accident mare leapt out the branch, rushing towards Winona and her cat. No, thank you, dearest. You got my opal wobble out of the tree. The fresh four unicorns snuggled ahead. Grumpy feline struggling with magic. Now, are you okay? Rarity came up beside her. Yeah, just a little wind, that's all. Abject smiled warmly. Oh, she scratched you. Come, I have some band-aids in my bathroom. She led the element of honesty towards the boutique's door. I'm fine, I don't need one, she cried to Rarity. Nonsense, come on. The element of generosity walked inside her door, followed by a sighing Applejack. Applejack sat at Rarity's fancy kitchen table, ignoring the inviting food smells as she waited for her friend to return with the band-aids. Here we go. The fashion designer cheerfully trotted in, holding a first aid kit with her magic. She hummed a tune as she worked, delicately rubbing the band-aid with some saffron. There we go. Rarity finished up, standing back to admire her hoofy work. Thank you kindly, Rarity. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go finish walking to Winona. Now she stood from a chair and started turning out the door. Yes, of course. See you and thank you again. Rarity politely waved, Opal sitting behind her on the steps. Applejack walked towards the companion. He was sitting patiently under the tree. Winona's tail wagged as Applejack came closer, picking up the leash in her mouth. All right, girl. She gave the signal to go. Winona eagerly, but not too quickly, taking off, her hard-working owner racing beside her. After arriving home and shutting the door behind her, Applejack cried, I'm home. The only response being a little apple bloom striding down the stairs, smiling. Howdy, Applejack. How was the walk? Someone fairly walked towards the mirror, unclipping our slightly less energetic dog. Usual, although I had to save a cat from a tree. Applejack smiled down her younger sister lovingly. Where's Granny and Big Mac? Applejack questioned the absence of the other guardians. Granny wanted to sell some for apple pies. She begged while you were gone, so Big Mac went with her. Applejack exclaimed, adorably blinking her orange-red eyes. Right. Applejack looked around, realizing nothing was broken or out of place. Well, it was an hour to dinner, so you go play. She shooed the filly, the red-maned foal eagerly climbing the stairs. The orange mare turned and opened the fridge, finding some pre-made fritters she could easily heat up in the oven for the Apple family's dinner. She slipped them onto a tray and then cheerfully pushed them into the oven, turned the dials on washing for a minute as the oven now glowed brightly. Applejack yawned, her mane slightly more fuzzy than usual. As she sat in her chair, an image of a certain dragon sparked her mind. No pun intended. Applejack shook her head, ignoring the sudden image out of nowhere. The mare yawned again, resting on her aching muscles and tired bones as she relaxed in her chair. She started to lower her head, almost touching the table when she heard a whimper. Turning her head, Applejack looked up to see Winona, pawing on her food bowl. All right, girl, I'll be right there. The front point's chair squeaked as it pushed backwards. She opened a cupboard, collecting the food from inside and put the right amount of the contents into the playful dog's bowl. Good girl. Applejack saw down her dog as she wolfed down the contents. Yawning again, the orange mare stretched and slowly clambered up the stairs, hoping to lie down for a while. But as soon as she collapsed onto her soft bed, she fell into light sleep. Applejack was woken by the smell of delicious food wafting in from the kitchen, the scent inviting her, drawing her in. The Earth Point rolled out of bed, slowly climbing out of her sheets, stretching out her legs. Applejack had a thought. Wait a minute, what time is it? The orange mare flicked ahead towards her apple-shaped clock that sat on the bedside table. 6:25? Oh my, I slept in. Seriously, slept in. Applejack raced out the room, preparing to launch herself down the stairs before her family was all seated at the table, cheerfully eating the meals of fritters. You're up, sleepyhead. Big Mac's deep voice alerted Applejack's granny of the orange man's presence. Applejack slowly descended the stairs, feeling a lot more refreshed after her short nap.
Here you go, dearie. We saved just enough for you.
The elderly Earth Point pushed a plate full of fritters towards the tired farm pony. Thanks, Granny. Applejack started eating the scrumptious food, the delicacy igniting her taste buds. Tired? Big Mac asked the obvious question, trying to start up a conversation, something he usually wasn't very good at. Yeah, it's been a long day, Applejack replied, her chipper mood having returned with the fulfillment of delicious food.
Think you should take the rest of the night off and go to bed early, dear. We can take care of your chores.
Grace Miss Polly insisted. What? Abject squealed. I still have the chickens, pigs, cows, and sheep as a lock. John locked the gate, cleaned up dinner. The orange mare started a long list of her chores before being cut up by Abject's spoons to the hoof. We honestly can't take over your chores, AJ. Abject stared at the little filly, her cute bowl bobbing slightly. Yeah, you work too much, youngin. Let us handle this. The tea green mare started picking up the empty plates, carrying them over to the sink. Abject looked uneasy. She didn't like others handling her responsibilities. Are you sure y'all can handle all my chores? Her long green eyes flickered over her three family members unsure. Yup. The red stallion answered bluntly. Well, alrighty then. The hard-working mare started ascending the stairs, still tired from the day's hard work. Snuggling under the covers, she placed her well-worn head onto her bedside counter and flicked up the light. Abject's eyes slowly getting used to the dim lighting. She eventually fell into a deep sleep. Abject's eyes opened, her eyelashes flickering. She saw she wasn't in bed. She was standing in front of a giant tree. It was massive, taller than the Sweet Apple Acres barn. Abject took a step back, her eyes laced with confusion. Suddenly she heard her cry, Abject, help me! Looking up, she saw a familiar dragon, clenching onto a snapping branch for life. Gasping in shock, she yelled back, I'll be right there, Spike! The mare raced as fast as her legs could carry her. But no matter how fast she ran, she wasn't getting any closer to the tree. Spike's claws dig deeper into the branch. It was almost completely out the trunk. Ah! He screeched as the branch fell in the tree, flinging the young dragon up towards a very long fall down. Abject's eyes widened in panic, and she took a leap. But just as she was about to catch Spike, he stopped mid-air, surrounded by a magical blue glow. The purple green reptile signed relief. Thank you, Verity, he smiled happily. No worries, my dear. Verity stepped in Abject's view, slowly lowering Spike to the ground. He turned around and hugged the white unicorn. Abject slowly stepping off in the shadows of the large tree. Her green eyes snapped open. Confusion rose into her brain until she remembered where she was, and that it was only a dream. What a weird dream. Abject didn't even give much thought as she walked downstairs, ready to prepare for breakfast.